इंट्रोड्यूस करो।
तो अभी
Hello, everyone.
PPT.
Guys, we are just about to start in 11 minutes from now. Hello, Rajan ji. How are you? हाँ. Mr. AP, in case you want to introduce yourself, Miss or Mr. AP, I don't know your full name. All right. So, guys, welcome officially to the new show that we have every Wednesday on Zoom. This is Punjab Angel Network bringing to you a Q&A session where we bring Mr. Rajesh Madan, who is an expert. Now, I'll do some quick introductions for him. Rajesh Madan has steered the destiny of some of the most iconic brands. सबके नाम सुनेंगे आपने टाटा टी एयर इंडिया एडिडास डिस्कवरी चैनल HCL टेक्नोलॉजीज हीरो होंडा भारती वॉलमार्ट DLF मारुति सुजुकी टू नेम अ फ्यू और ये थोड़े ही हैं बहुत सारे इन्होंने काम करे हैं ही स्टार्टेड हिज जर्नी इन द प्री डिजिटल एरा where the ad agencies didn't even have a computer in the office 31 years and 8 prestigious creative awards later he's currently running a branding outfit called the Monks and a digital marketing company called Quantum Quell. Today, he'll talk about the X factor behind the most successful companies, their branding, is going to demystify branding, present case studies, and also help you understand how you can implement the lessons for your own company and brand. So I guess if this makes sense for all of you, ये ना पूरा एक होता है ना फाइनल मैच जो अभी वर्ल्ड कप भी आना है हमारा है ना उसको मैं तो उसके लिए तैयार हूँ तो we are all yours, Mr. Rajesh, and now I hand it over to you.
ग्रेट 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 तो मुझे जरा स्क्रीन शेयरिंग का होस्ट बना दो जरा के लिए हेलो
Please try. You can share your screen.
Oh yes. All right. Okay, great. Awesome. तो branding. I call it the X factor behind successful companies. हाँ, तो आज मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ कि मैं थोड़ा ना क्योंकि कई लोगों को ये भी कंफ्यूजन होती है कि ब्रांडिंग एग्जैक्टली है क्या. ओके, सो आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट with demystifying what exactly branding is. So first, before I begin, let me have a raise of hands. How many of us over here are startups? And if you can just put in the chat box, just say startup I'll know how many of them are of you over here are startups, and how many of you are over 5 years old in your business. So if you can just let me know in the chat box, it'll give me a good idea of where exactly you are in terms of the evolution of your brand. Okay. So Mr. Khurana says both because he has multiple companies. Great. Awesome. Anyone else? Okay. Hitesh Jain is a startup. Okay. Kiran ji, aap
So actually, I'm employed with certain university.
you are employed. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm
So-
looking for my son. He's all set
Okay.
to have a startup.
All right.
It's knowledge gain.
All right.
Okay.
And Mr. Lalit Narang, I know that he has been in this business for a really long time. Yes, 25 plus years. Wow. And Rajan Kapoor, may I know how long have you been in your business? You have your own business?
Sir, I'm in a finance department.
You're in the finance department. Okay.
Yes.
And then we have someone called AP, just cryptically called AP.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Rajesh, this is Ankur.
Yeah.
So I'm a startup in the F&B sector.
And
So-
the F&B sector. Awesome.
Yeah, so we're launching a herbal tea. So
Okay.
obviously we'll go into branding. We require all of these things.
Awesome. All right. Then we have Shalini. Shalini, if I can just briefly know what business you are in. Okay, it seems Shalini is not there. Shruti.
Yes, sir.
So how long have you are you running your own business?
No, sir, I'm a student.
You're a student. All right. Great. Good to have you here. And then we have Anuradha. I guess she's a coach.
Yeah.
Hi. Anuradha.
I'm a personal and a group coach. I'm a corporate trainer.
Okay.
I founder of Be Better HR Solutions and proudly CEO of Punjab Angels Network as well.
All
So
right.
branding,
Great.
want to learn. Yeah.
Awesome. Good to have you here. All right. So okay, I get a general idea. All right, let's begin. So what exactly is branding? I want this to be a very interactive session. ये नहीं कि मैं बस बोले जा रहा हूँ और आप सुने जा रहे हैं. अच्छा हाँ तो branding क्या है? And can anyone raise their hand and unmute themselves and tell me what is branding? आपके there is no wrong answer. आपके perception में आपकी थिंकिंग के हिसाब से ब्रांडिंग क्या है?
Rajesh ji, I think I understand branding is more about making people aware of who we are or the product we have, and creating interest in the market about our product.
All right. Great. Thank you so much. Great. Kiranji, what is branding according to you?
So out of my experience of 27 years, I recall a session, I think it was Harsha Bogle's session,
Oh, okay.
and he was saying brand, the word comes from brandier, which
अच्छा.
means basically to burn.
To
वही
burn.
जलाना है. जब जलेगा तो दिखेगा, जो दिखता है वो
Right.
दिखता है.
Right.
And just, some time back, I was watching Arnold because I'm a fitness freak. So Arnold Schwarzenegger says, work hard, work like hell, but let's advertise, let people know what you are doing.
Right.
And there are the intricacies which you are going to enlighten.
Absolutely. नहीं, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताइए आपने कि the origin of the word branding comes from जब किसान ये all these cattle जो गाय भैंसे बहुत बड़े स्केल पे पालते थे ना यूएस में यूके में तो उनको वो they used to burn that their farm's name or some sort of a thing on their skin. So that is what branding is. Originally that is what branding was. Okay, आज इसका मतलब क्या है? Okay, this is the meaning of branding today. Okay, the process of creating a unique and distinctive identity for a product, for a service, for a company, और इवन एन इंडिविजुअल। और ये कहां पर? इन द माइंड्स ऑफ कंज्यूमर्स। दिस प्रोसेस is called branding. Okay, creating a unique and distinctive identity for a product, service, company or entity. किसी भी चीज का हो सकता है. Now, come to think of it, you know, one of the most successful brands, if you were to ask me, is the Catholic Church. Everything that we associate with the brand, a symbol, a name, a story, everything is there in the as applicable for Catholic Church as well. So that is also a brand, come to think of it, right? So this is what branding is. Yes, Tata is a great brand, definitely, Anuradha ji. Okay, so what is the difference between, ये दूसरा सवाल बड़ा इस तरह से है कि difference क्या है branding में, marketing में? Sometimes the boundary between these two gets blurred a bit. Okay, what is branding, what is marketing? Okay, so let me briefly tell you that these are the four types of differences in between these two things. Okay, एक तो purpose आपका क्या है, उससे फर्क पड़ता है कि branding और marketing का you know, the primary purpose of branding जो है वो है to establish and communicate the identity, the values and the personality of a brand. Whereas marketing की अगर हम बात करें तो marketing का purpose क्या हो जाता है कि it is the broader set of activities जैसे जो कि प्रोडक्ट को सेल करने के लिए, प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करने के लिए यूज की जाती हैं, वो हो जाता है आपका पर्पस. ठीक है, तो इसमें सारे वो टैक्टिक्स भी आ जाते हैं, रीच, एंगेज, परसुएड कस्टमर्स, वो सब ये यू नो यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड ऑफ द आइडा मॉडल, तो वो सब आ जाता है उसके अंदर, राइट? सो एंड द सेकंड इज स्कोप. स्कोप में क्या है कि ब्रांडिंग इसका क्या है, इट इज अबाउट द ओवरऑल इमेज एंड रेपुटेशन ऑफ ए ब्रांड. ओके, yes Harnaz, sales is also something which is come to think of it, it is even different from branding and marketing. वो एक अलग ही एक function है in the success of a company, in the running of a company. Okay, and scope, marketing के scope में क्या आ जाता है, आपके सारे वो advertising आ जाती है, public relation आ जाता है, market research आ जाता है, pricing, distribution, all these things come in the scope for branding, for marketing, right? फिर तीसरा चीज क्या है हमारा, फोकस. फोकस कहाँ होता है ब्रांडिंग का? फोकस होता है इमोशंस, साइकोलॉजिकल कनेक्शन बिटवीन अ ब्रांड एंड इट्स ऑडियंस, राइट? और मार्केटिंग का फोकस कहाँ होता है? इट इज ऑन प्रोडक्ट फीचर्स, इट इज इन बेनिफिट्स, इट इज इन वैल्यू प्रपोजिशंस, राइट? तो ये होता है उसका फोकस. फिर टाइम फ्रेम, ब्रांडिंग वर्क्स ऑन अ लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस, राइट? whereas marketing is short term, it's about time bound, goal oriented, कि हमें इस क्वार्टर में या हमें इस साल में हमें ये अचीव करना है. whereas branding is more of just sustaining a positive brand image, right? इसके अलावा yes Hitesh ji, how we feel about the brand product is branding. Absolutely right. ठीक है, तो this is broadly the difference between these four areas are the difference between branding and marketing. Any questions that you have at this point in time, please feel free to ask me. या आपके दिमाग में कोई और ऑब्जर्वेशन है ब्रांडिंग और मार्केटिंग को लेके, प्लीज फील फ्री टू अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड लेट मी नो. चलिए ठीक है, हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. हाँ, तो ब्रांडिंग के कंपोनेंट्स हैं क्या? हाँ, ब्रॉडली जो है ना, मैं कहूंगा कि 5 कंपोनेंट्स हैं. ओके, 6 कंपोनेंट्स हैं. एक पोजीशनिंग का मैंने ऐड कर दिया इसमें. ये एक तो लोगो एंड विजुअल आइडेंटिटी है. Okay. Name of the brand, extremely important. I consider this to be even more important than logo of the brand. कि आपका नाम क्या है? Then comes packaging. Then comes messaging. Now, messaging can be across media. It can be in your sales brochures. It can be in your catalogs. It can be in the outdoor, hoardings, kiosks, whatever, pole kiosks, whatever. It can be in your newspaper ads, magazine ads. It can be in your radio spots, TV ads, even social media. Aapki messaging kya hai? So that is what it is about. So then it is about brand personality and what exactly does, because every brand, like a human being, it also needs to have a personality. अगर आप उसको पर्सनालिटी नहीं देंगे, वो in any case, if it is a successful brand, it will acquire a personality of its own in any case. Yeah. Then positioning. How exactly are you positioning your brand in the customer's mind? Are you positioning it, for example, Tata Nano positioned itself as an extremely affordable car, right? And something like a brand like Volvo will position themselves on safety. Mercedes will position themselves on luxury. So these are how exactly are you positioning your brand in the minds of the customer? So that is also very important. That is also part of branding. Okay, so who all needs to focus on branding? ब्रांडिंग पे किन लोगों को काम करने की जरूरत होती है? बेसिकली दीज थ्री. एक तो आइदर यू आर इन अ कॉम्पिटिटिव इंडस्ट्री, ठीक है. दूसरा, यू आर स्टार्टिंग ऑफ विद अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस. तीसरा, योर मार्केटिंग डजंट सीम टू बी वर्किंग इन स्पाइट ऑफ डूइंग एवरीथिंग राइट. You must have heard this from so many companies. यार हम मार्केटिंग में सब कुछ ट्राई कर रहे, सब कुछ कर लिया हमने, लेकिन फिर भी रिजल्ट्स नहीं आ रहे. नाउ आई एम नॉट सेइंग in every such case branding has to be the answer. Branding has to be the solution. I'm not saying that, but in many of the cases we have seen that branding actually needs some attention. बिकॉज अगर आपने कस्टमर के दिल को ही नहीं छुआ और आप कोशिश करे जा रहे हैं, उस पर हथौड़ा मारे जा रहे हैं उसके दिमाग पे, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क. यू हैव टू have some component of emotion and feeling in that, and some component of bonding with the customer, right? Now I am coming to some case studies. I've kept this presentation really short and simple. अब मैं कुछ केस स्टडीज के बारे में बताऊंगा. some international case studies, some famous case studies. एक उसमें इंडिया की भी है, और फिर हम केस स्टडी, कुछ ऐसी केस स्टडीज भी वो भी बताऊंगा मैं, जो कि हमने मंक्स इज द नेम ऑफ माय कंपनी, वहां पर हमने कुछ ब्रांड्स पे जब काम किया, वहां की जो केस स्टडीज हमारी हुई है हमारे साथ. ठीक है. तो पहली केस स्टडी तो आपके पास ये है, ये सबने देखा होगा. एवरीवन इज फेमिलियर विद दिस नेम, राइट? Look at the beauty, look at the simplicity of this logo. I want you to unmute yourself and tell me कि इसमें क्या what is it that is being communicated? Anyone?
Something like a big smile.
Yes, big smile. Absolutely. A to Z, how everything is available. Absolutely. ये दोनों ही चीजें हैं बस. एक तो range of products under one roof, and customer centricity. We make our customers smile. ये दोनों चीजें, these are the things which define Amazon, right? And so beautifully they have put it over here. right? So name, even the name Amazon, you know why they called it Amazon? Because Amazon is supposed to be the river which carries the maximum amount of water. So similarly, they have the maximum amount of products under one roof.
Is this the largest river, right?
Yes,
It's not the longest, but the largest.
it carries the maximum amount of water.
Yeah, that's the largest river.
Yeah.
Nile longest thing.
Yeah. So this is the story behind the name and the visual identity of Amazon. अब हम आ जाते हैं अब दूसरा वाला जो दिखाऊंगा वो शायद आपने नहीं देखा होगा. इट इज अ टी ब्रांड. अब मैं पैकेजिंग पे आ जाता हूँ. ये हमने लोगो देख लिया, ये मैं पैकेजिंग पे आ रहा हूँ इस पे. ठीक है. नाउ दिस इज द पैकेजिंग. दिस इज अ टी ब्रांड. हर्बल टीज, Amerindian herbal tea. They have positioned. See how, first of all, see how beautifully they have positioned themselves. American and Indian. And when they say Indian, they mean the American Indians. Okay, it's a fusion of both of these. And TP, if you don't know, TP is the name of these homes that American Indians, those tribals used to make, and it is this shape in which they used to make it. ये ट्रायंगुलर शेप, ये टीपीस बोलते हैं इनको. और उसने नाम भी वैसा रखा, उन्होंने पोजीशनिंग इतनी अच्छी की, और साथ में टू हैमर इन द पोजीशनिंग, लुक हाउ ब्यूटीफुल द पैकेजिंग इज. या so the packaging is taking forward that brand story, that positioning, right? तो अब इसके बाद हम आ जाते हैं कि कुछ इनोवेटिव जैसे कुछ ब्रांड्स ने किया. ओके, लुक एट दिस. कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट दिस इज? व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज अ होर्डिंग. कैन एनीवन टेल मी कि ये होर्डिंग किस चीज के लिए है? Okay, someone has responded website. Okay, all right. हाँ, वेबसाइट तो है. कौन सी वेबसाइट? बहुत फेमस वेबसाइट है. ओके,
मैथ्स ट्यूटर की क्लास है ये.
नहीं. ओके, दिस इज अ रिक्रूटमेंट एड फॉर गूगल. ये जो है फर्स्ट 10 डिजिट प्राइम फाउंड इन कंसेक्यूटिव डिजिट्स ऑफ e.com. Only an extremely brainy nerd knows the answer to this. And when they crack the answer and go to the website, that they see that it is a recruitment website for Google. Google was very clear in this, in their thinking. We don't care कि आपकी qualification क्या है. The only thing we care about is how intelligent you are. Right? So this is a very famous hoarding by Google. This is a recruitment ad actually. Okay. अब आ जाते हैं, let's come a little closer home to something which is something innovative done by an Indian brand. And this was done कहां पर? कुंभ मेले में. So this was done in Kumbh Mela. What was done? This is what was done. You know, कुंभ मेले में ये रोटियों के ऊपर जब रोटियां सेकते हुए, they branded these, literally the older meaning of branding, they branded these with this. Life boy से हाथ धोए क्या? Because these rotis are made in like literally millions every day, and they positioned their roti making machines everywhere, and this is what everyone saw. Okay, then the last one, look at this. I'm now showing you a video where something innovative has been done. Yeah. Makes your hair come alive. They used a little technology, but see how beautifully they did the branding for this hair care product. Yeah. Okay. So now coming to some case studies at the monks. I am going to present case studies across different aspects of branding. Okay. And I am going to also tell you what exactly has been the real result on the ground for all of these. पहली केस स्टडी हमारी मेथोडेक्स की है. मेथोडेक्स is the country's second largest office solutions company. Okay, and this is the logo that they had been living with since 1960, as it says. And they approached us saying that we need to reinvent ourselves. I said, fine. And we, like we always do, we presented them with the questionnaire which they had to fill. और क्वेश्चनर में एक स्पेसिफिक एक क्वेश्चन था, who is the target audience for this rebranding exercise? And they answered our bankers, our collaborators, our suppliers, our clients. And from whatever we had studied about the company, we said, please think again. Your primary target audience for this exercise is actually none of these. The primary target audience for this exercise is actually your own employees. Okay, because they had employees which had been with the company for 20, 25, 30 years. And और इतने साल कोई कंपनी में काम करते हैं ना, तो वो एक माइंडसेट हो जाता है ना, यहाँ कुछ बदलने वाला है ना, हमें बदलने की जरूरत है. Right? You must have seen so many companies like that. And those are the people who, number one, were responsible for the sluggish growth of the company over the years. And secondly, those are the people who needed to be woken up. Okay. So we change, and they understood this point very clearly, and they said, yes, you are absolutely right. This is what we need to do. If our employees are in line, then everything else will fall into place. So we took this and changed it to this. Okay. Now this form, it became the theme for the repositioning and relaunch of the company. The theme was ready to soar. Yeah. And this was accompanied with the rebranding of their sub-brands. For example, this was a currency counting machine. And the unique thing about the currency counting machine was that it had AI built into it. So intelligence above all else, IQ, we gave them the name IQ, intelligence above all else. Kavin is their interior fit out company, turnkey interior fit out company. Kavin means beauty in Tamil. Bison is their banking products, strong room doors and stuff like that. So that we named Bison. Hive is the storage solutions, aapki jo offices mein bolte hain. And so see how much thought has gone behind the names that have been given for all this. Yeah. And this is the result. I got called in fact, by the CEO of the company who had put me on the job. I was called in for a meeting, and when I reached over there in the conference room, the chairman, all the owners of the company were also there. And I was wondering, maybe there's a huge new brief that they are going to give me or whatever. The CEO stood up from his chair and he shook my hand. He said, Rajesh, thanks to what we have done together, the company right now is enjoying the highest turnover growth in its history. That's the power of rebranding. Rest assured, it is not just this which led to that, but the energy that it helped seep into the company. This was accompanied with all other things that need to be done with a rebranding exercise. For example, this was communicated in very clearly and consistently to employees through emails, through office collaterals. The events were done to hammer this in. Trainings were done. Everything was done. But all that was dovetailed and was crystallized into this branding, which you've just seen. And all of this put together led to this this growth in the company. Okay. Now coming to this brand, ATS. ATS is a real estate company, and this was in fact the very first project that they had given us. Right in us time, though, come to think of it, we had not even thought of a name for our own agency, the Monks. When they we had approached them saying, okay, please give us some work. They said, we have already shortlisted someone, so we don't really have any work. I said, fine, you have shortlisted someone, but give us the brief. We can also present, and then you can take a call. If they are still better, fine. So the brief that they gave us was that they were coming up with a real estate project in Greater Noida. It was called Paradiso. And they were facing a very tricky situation with that. Tricky situation क्या थी कि 1 साल हो गया प्रोजेक्ट को लॉन्च हुए. हाँ, शुरू में उन्होंने बेच दिए कुछ, मतलब 1 साल हो गया. When the sales had tapered off, the project was actually launched 2 years back. The sales had tapered off about a year back, and about 60% of the project was sold off. 40% was still lying unsold. So I said, fine, give us the features, tell us about this project. We will create a campaign about it, about the USP of ATS Paradiso. And they said, no, hold on. The thing is, we also at the same time do not want everyone to know that we are still sitting on unsold inventory. That will be very damaging for our reputation. Right? Remember, this was at a time when real estate was going through a boom. Right? So that gave us some pause, and we said, fine, we'll come up with a solution on this. So we created 3 ads to be carried on the back page of Times of India and Hindustan Times. This was the first ad. Okay. It just had these 2 pictures, and with the caption ATS Greens Paradiso and ATS Greens Paradiso Phase 2. The first one said sold out, and the other one said bookings now open. That's it. We repositioned the unsold inventory as ATS Greens Paradiso Phase 2. This is what I love to do. I love to tell truth in a different way. We don't twist truth. We don't say lies. We just say truth. It's all about truth well told. So this is what it is all about. Okay. So this was followed with this ad. Only a few pieces of Paradiso left. And just as we were getting the third ad ready for publication, we get a call from them saying that they don't need the third ad. They have already sold whatever they wanted to sell. We took a big hit because of that, because we were on an agency commission basis with them. So basically 1/3 of our earnings were shaved off, but we were really happy with this. Okay, the third case study is for a CA company, Nangia and Company. Okay, as you must know, CA companies are very stiff upper lip, very cut and dry. Okay, इनका चैलेंज क्या था? इनका चैलेंज ये था कि जो डिसीजन मेकर है ना बड़ी कंपनीज में जो एक्वायर करने चाहते हैं ये लोग, उनके जो डिसीजन मेकर्स हैं वो दे आर वेरी रिस्क एवर्स, दे डोंट वांट टू टेक एनी रिस्क. सीए कंपनी हायर करनी है, बाय ऑल मींस टेक एनी ऑफ द बिग फोर. ओके, व्हाई? बिकॉज यार अगर कुछ गलत कर भी दिया ना उन्होंने, तो वी कैन से कि वी हायर्ड द बिग फोर. यार इससे बेटर क्या कर सकते थे हम लोग? हाँ, तो बेसिकली ये मेंटालिटी कि यू कांट गेट फायर्ड फॉर हायरिंग द बिग फोर, दैट वाज द मेंटालिटी. We wanted to very subtly tell them, fine, you can't be fired for hiring the big four, but you can't get promoted either. You know, and this was communicated in the brochure. Okay, let me just show you the brochure. This is the back and the front page of the brochure. This is the basically, you know, if you fold it, so, oops, sorry. So if you fold it, so this will become the front. Okay, so all the you know, the theme of the brochure became beyond the obvious. And how beyond the obvious? Okay, we took slice of life pictures and gave them a twist in such a way which presented a clear cut benefit to the decision maker. Okay, and this is how some of the inside pages look like. You know, see, there are eggs and there is a golden egg. There are penguins and there is one penguin with a bow tie. So similarly, you know, we carried the theme forward, and with the result that they added 5 big new clients, including Spice Mobiles, within 6 months of this brochure. You know, starting to use this brochure. It was extremely heartening. Yeah. So till now, I have shown you logo. I have shown you newspaper ad. I have shown you a case study of a sales brochure. Now coming to this. This is something where this is a place where we did something innovative. Okay. Innovative both in terms of naming the brand and also in terms of what we did to communicate the positioning and what are the media choices we took for this. Okay, so this was a these guys were the franchise of Kidsy, and they approached us saying that we need to you know, launch our own you know, play school brand, but if we'll do it only if we get a good name, because you know, that will give us the confidence. Otherwise, we'll continue with Kidsy. So we did a dipstick research. You know, we just picked up the phone and started talking to parents of small kids, and this something very surprising came to light, which was कि ये parent बोल रहा है यार मैं खुद तो गया नहीं कभी play school. I've turned out fine. My child will start off in a play school. My child will start off with English alphabets, English stories, English rhymes. Am I alienating my child from the Indian culture? Huh? So this was the position that we took for it. Global approach, Indian touch. And this was the branding that was created. Little Indians. The brief that I gave to my team was that if we can address this anxiety of the parents at the branding stage itself, half our job is done. So this is the final branding that was created. And these, to go with it, we had these posters which were created. Okay, to bloom, he needs the right expertise and loads of pyar. Actually put it in Hindi. So global approach, Indian touch. Yeah. So this is what was done. But हमारा सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज ये था कि क्लाइंट के पास पैसा नहीं है. Okay. And they want to quickly reach out to the parents of the 1.5-year-old children. Okay. And tell them ke here is a new play school. How exactly do you do that? And mind you, I'm talking about a time before it, all the social media came into the picture. So what is the media that you can choose? Anyone who can unmute themselves and just take a random guess. कुछ भी guess करो.
TV ads, TV
हाँ जी.
ads, television ads.
Television ads. Okay, but television ads will reach out to everyone, not just the parent of a 1.5-year-old child. Plus, it requires a lot of money. My client did not have money. They were on an extremely shoestring budget. Any other guesses?
Kids doctors.
Huh? Pardon?
Kids doctors. Clinics.
You are very
Clinics
close.
for kids.
You are very close. You know what we did? We hired one guy whose job was to go to the chemist shops in the area and do this. Huggies पे sticker. मतलब diapers. Number one, it was a large size diaper, which is basically worn by a 1 to 1.5-year-old child. Secondly, anyone who's buying a diaper is also very clearly has that kind of a disposable income for play schools. So and all this activity together, this was the result. We ended up filling 100% of the seats. Yeah. Case study number 5. This is T. Hughes.
What was the cost of that campaign?
Cost of that campaign, 2 months. We hired this guy for 2 months, paid him something like, at that time, if I remember correctly, about 16,000 rupees for both the months put together.
Wow.
Or stickers की printing का जो cost था वो था. So it was extremely cost effective. Yeah. So this is another case study. This is a packaging case study, in fact. This name also we had coined. This was for the international.
Rajesh ji, how did you convince the chemist to put your sticker on that?
50 रुपए दिए उनको एक टाइम के लिए. बस. We did this as a guerrilla activity under the radar, even before anyone could wake up to see what is happening. Thankfully, that was not the time of social media. Again, nobody could have clicked a picture and put it on their social media pages. So we just did it, and before anyone knew, we were in and out, and the job was done. It was also like, pardon? And it was also accompanied with other marketing activities. Like, for example, wo jo windmill hai logo mein, that we kept as free giveaways to anyone who was walking in. We also converted their play schools to pulse polio centers to encourage walk-ins, people coming in, experiencing the school, and also having that, generating the positive word of mouth. So all those other things were also done. Each of those things was extremely cost effective and also effective. हाँ जी, खुराना जी, आप और कुछ बोल रहे थे?
मैं सिर्फ ये पूछ रहा था कि हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन वाली बात है. Suppose if the client comes to you today in the era of social media, what strategy would you adopt to reach out to the parents and to the chemist?
Today we will adopt a hybrid approach. I will still try something like this, but at the same time, I can also try on social media, because you have these days the possibility for pinpointing, geographically pinpointing your target audience, your pinpointing your target audience in terms of their interests. So we we'll use both of these things.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Coming to this Tea Hughes is also a name that we had coined for a tea brand. They wanted to export to the US markets. So इनका मेन चैलेंज क्या हो रहा है? इनका नाम बहुत अच्छा हो गया, क्रिएट हो गया, लोगो बहुत अच्छा क्रिएट हो गया. इनका चैलेंज ये आ रहा था कि दे हैड 30 वेरिएंट्स ऑफ दीज फ्रेश टीज एंड they wanted to maintain a high quality on all of them. Okay, so the packaging needed to reflect that high quality, yes, but at the same time if agar teas packaging के वो एक तो प्रिंटिंग कॉस्ट, ऊपर से इन्वेंटरी मैनेजमेंट कॉस्ट ऑफ 30 वेरिएंट्स, it was going way beyond what they had budgeted for. So they came to us saying, please give us some cost effective option, but it should look classy, it should still look high quality. So what we did this. ये पैकेजिंग देखिए आप, मतलब क्या किया हमने कि ये बेसिक ब्लैक जो बॉक्स है that remained the same. All we did was, depending on the variant, yes, the sticker is different. Okay, that's all we did. The stickers were printed separately, and depending on the variant, they just stuck a different sticker on the box, and that's it. Yeah. So these were the 5 case studies that we had done on the offline medium. We have recently done we have a case study on the digital medium as well. We have a real estate client based out of Jalandhar, जिनके हमने फेसबुक पे उनकी ऐसी ब्रांडिंग और उनका उस पे एड रन किया that within 3 months we gave them over 300 good leads according to their own feedback. So this was done as video and other posts. The name of the client is Dynamic. You can check out their Insta page, Dynamic Infra Good. Okay. So I don't have that right now over here. So basically Tea Hughes का ये है final जो result है, right? So that brings me to the end of this presentation. This is what I am all about. These are the 4 the website URLs you can keep in mind. For branding, it is themonks.in. Branding on a budget, artworkfactory.in. This is where we we cater to clients who don't have much budget, like startups and all. This is a slightly different business model that we have for them. Then 360-degree marketing is done through Quantum Quill. And my blog, I would really request you to go to sellingtothesoul.com, sellingtothesoul.com, not sellingthesoul.com, and subscribe to my blog, please. That's my humble request. It will really make me really happy. Any questions?
ग्रेट प्रेजेंटेशन राजन जी. मैं वैसे मुझे लगता है कि मुझे काफी पता होना चाहिए था ब्रांडिंग का, लेकिन मैं भी हैरान था जब मैंने कई केस स्टडीज आपकी देखी. एंड द प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ थिंग्स it made much sense to me. And I guess our audience also, they learned a thing or two about branding और different areas में. आपने कैसे हगीज वाला एग्जांपल स्पेसिफिकली मुझे बड़ा एक कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव और पूरा टू द पॉइंट कैंपेन लगा.
Right.
Brilliant session. So guys, in case you have any questions, please send it in the chat or probably unmute.
Unmute yourself and you can ask me. Thank you, Kiranji.
So what motivated you, or what is the objective of your first branding this the monks?
The monk.
Like the name the monks or monks.
My friends tell me the rumor among my friend circle is it's because of old monk. Okay. But the actual reason is कि उस टाइम ना मैंने नई वो किताब पढ़ी थी, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Okay. And
that philosophy, that life philosophy resonated with me a lot. Awesome. So that is how I decided to keep it the monks.
Yeah. So one message definitely goes, through the monks. I think the client looks at that, we are very ethical, we are very clean, very pure.
Yes, yes, yes. हमारा ना जो वो है ना, the word that we live by is consciousness, compassion, creativity.
Superb, sir. Thanks.
So I'll ask you a question, Rajesh ji. जैसे
हाँ जी.
अब जब branding की बात आती है, marketing की बात आती है, one brand that comes to the mind is Nike, right? How
Right.
they show these athletes and on their ads, and they don't even talk about the product, or very less they talk about the product. And their logo right now, depicts their brand itself. You don't have to name the 4 letters, the Nike, right? You know that. So for startups that are very new, is this even achievable, or is this achievable after a while? Like, how should one go? Like, can you start a branding like Nike from day one?
Nike branding, Nike logo was done on day one. You know how much they paid for that logo?
The swoosh, yes, I heard the story. I guess very less to that girl who created something. Yeah.
Something like $300. That's all that they paid for. Paid.
Yeah.
So, all brands, all big brands that you see today, they were startups at some point in time. See, क्या होता है कि शुरू में तो हम सबके इमीडिएट जो सर्कल है, जो हमारी पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग है, that takes care of that. We are able to sell to our immediate circle. Okay. और वो क्योंकि हम अपना पर्सनल फेस सामने रख रहे हैं और हमारा वो सामान बिक रहा है, वी गेट कॉम्प्लेसेंट के भाई ऐसे चल जाएगा. But branding comes into the picture where you have to sell beyond your immediate circle. We do not foresee that. We do not plan beforehand for that scenario where you are selling way beyond your circle. People do not know you. How many people know who was the creator of Nike, or who was the creator of Google, or who was the creator of Amazon? They know these brands. So ये गलती ना काफी सारे स्टार्टअप्स करते हैं. तो इसलिए वो एक स्टेज पे आके उनकी ग्रोथ रुक जाती है और उसके बाद उसको रीब्रांड करना बहुत बहुत टफ हो जाता है उनके लिए. You really need to have really deep pockets to rebrand yourself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So any other question, guys, that you wish to ask?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Which is, I mean, how do you create a lucrative brand? For example, a timeless brand which doesn't really requires a lot of rebranding in certain times. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please come again with your question.
Okay.
How can you create
so
a timeless brand?
A timeless brand which doesn't really require a certain rebranding after a certain time when human brain revolves or the trends evolves as well,
Okay.
Just a personal question that I have.
See,
Well, I mean, what are the aspects of that timeless brand? Is it design or is it the story?
Yeah, see, it is basically, number one thing that has to be kept in mind is to stay away from temporary fads. Okay, while creating that brand. Number two, you have to have a deep understanding of the customer psyche. Okay, how the brain works, how the customer's brain works. That neuroscience is what we leverage at Quantum Quill very effectively as well. And the science of marketing and the art of, properly being able to talk to the customer. Those basics have remained the same over so many decades. हमें लगता है मतलब at the superficial level the customers might be changing in terms of what they want, but यार उनका basic जो need है ना वो वही है. Happiness, joy, to succeed. Basics remain the same.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Anyone else who would like to ask anything?
Rajesh ji, have you been working with startups as you are here?
Yes. I love working with startups. My artwork factory this vertical within Monks was created to cater to startups. And even though I have worked on some big brands, मुझे अपना ना adrenaline और sense of satisfaction startups के साथ ही काम करने में आती है.
So where are you based?
Noida.
Oh, great. Noida. Where in Noida?
Noida extension.
All right. Right now, I'm in Noida also. So can we personally catch up? Can I visit your office?
Of course. Drop me a line. ये मैंने अपना नंबर डाल रखा है उसमें अपने नाम के साथ.
All right.
Drop me a message. We can definitely meet. What exactly do you do, Ankur?
So as I shared before, we are launching a tea brand, herbal tea brand.
Okay. Yes.
We are beginning
Alright.
for B2B, but we also want to do B2C, obviously.
Well, I've worked on Tata Tea. I've worked on Mohini Tea. I've worked on this Tea Hughes brand and a couple of other tea brands. So tea is a category that I know.
So guys, so we'll facilitate this exchange and we'll help you connect with them, and that's what we are here for. So yeah, we'll facilitate this connection.
All right, thank you.
6 o'clock. Anyone else? Final questions, I guess. Sahil, are you there?
Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
any other questions? All right. I guess we are at the end of the session. So guys.
Thank you. It was a great pleasure. बहुत मजा आया. And please feel free to reach out to me for any query about branding or marketing. I would love to address any of those queries.
And we would love to have you again on the show, because आज तो हमारा मेरे को लगता है कि हम we just touched on what is branding and the case studies around it. Probably the next sessions that we would love to plan with you can go more in depth and see different aspects के अलग-अलग startups में या फिर अलग-अलग brands में branding कैसे हम कर सकते हैं, and practical applications of the same.
Right.
So I guess thank you so much, Rajesh ji, today for coming in.
Thank you.
And having a word with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining in. So we'll be ending this call up.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.